Hi. Gee, you type like a secretary on that thing, eh?
I am a secretary.
Are you?
I am.
I've never seen somebody type so quick.
No?
No, not yet. Wow. How did I know?
I don't know. I don't know how you knew.
I was just walking by and I wanted to meet you real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Connie.
Connie, Devin. What was that? you're cute and all, but that handshake needs a little work.
I like touching people that I don't know.
Today, attracting women is harder than ever before. There are way more distractions, more competition, and quite honestly, people are more closed off than I have ever seen in my 13 years of doing this. We're living in a time now where socializing has become a challenge, and if you don't adapt, you will fall behind. It's as simple as that. The dating landscape has drastically changed, and if you're not on point, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Here's the good news. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why these changes are happening, and I'm gonna tell you how you guys can not only survive, but thrive. Now, spoiler alert, this is the enemy. You're gonna learn proven strategies that I've learned throughout the years, ways to stand out, connect, and attract women, even in this challenging environment. So stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to navigate the dating scene in 2024. First up, let's talk about distractions. In 2024, we are absolutely bombarded by social media, notifications, and endless doom scrolling, especially if you're an attractive woman. Just take a look at the average looking girl's phone. It gives me anxiety just looking at all the friggin' notifications on her phone. I would lose my marbles, more so than I've already lost them. I'm a little nutty. And it's not just phones. Friends, earbuds, all of these things are potential barriers when you go up and approach her. Now, when you go up and approach today, their attention is split. That's why you need to command attention. And you do that through pattern interruption by breaking them out of their regular routine. You simply just gotta break their phone. Like I did here. Why did I do that? Distraction eliminated. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys. Please, don't actually do that, okay? But seriously, reading body language is key. You have to practice this. Now I'm like a sniper. Boom! The second I see her micro expressions change, I change the topic.
Are you normally team Starbucks or team Tim Hortons? Okay. So I've known you for about a minute now. I know you like vanilla Starbucks and watching girls squat on loop.
Really watching? I'm watching different workout videos.
It's all about keeping her engaged, and now just like a good TikTok video, right? If you can capture her attention in the first few seconds, you have a good chance of keeping her engaged. You just can't mess it up. Now keep watching because we're gonna go over how you can continue that engaging, playful conversation without her tuning out. Now, back when I first started getting out there and working on my social confidence, it was a completely different world. I could go from being in logical mode, right? Sitting over my laptop, getting work done, thinking through problems, to just walking out and socializing just like that. Now, even though it would take me a little while to warm up and I would still be kind of in my head having these boring conversations, I didn't have to work nearly as hard to get a woman's attention. Just walking up and talking to her was enough. Women weren't nearly as distracted by constant notifications or glued to their phones like they are today. Now fast forward to 2024 and things have shifted drastically. For most guys, it's like an uphill battle just to get noticed. They feel invisible. You're no longer competing with other guys. You're competing with Instagram, with TikTok, and a million distractions pulling her focus away. The game has evolved. Today, simply approaching is not enough. You're gonna need to know how to be captivating, to be engaging, and to break through all the noise. But here's the thing, if you're serious about standing out and making a real connection, you've got to know how to approach a woman in this environment. Now later in this video, I'm going to show you how to grab her attention right away, and I'm also going to outline signs for you to look for when she's losing interest in you. So stick with me because I'm not just telling you about the problems, I'm giving you guys solutions too. See what I just did there? I had to rehook you guys because a lot of you have attention spans of a goddamn goldfish. And you gotta do the same with women. And that's why today, you have to get her attention before you even start speaking to her. You don't wanna waste your time talking if she's not even tuned in. What I like to do is I'll give an authoritative, excuse me.
Excuse me. Hi.
But I'll do it with my shoulders back, chest up, and maintaining eye contact. I approach with confidence and as if she's already called me over. And I combine this with a sense of familiarity, as if we've already talked before. Then once I get her attention, I focus on keeping it. And if I notice she's losing focus, I switch things up immediately. You have to treat every single second like it counts. Watch her body language closely, right? How she's standing, her eye contact, where she's facing. I've been doing this for years and I can instantly tell when a girl starts to lose focus. And if she's zoning out, you have to be ready to change things up. It's not her responsibility. Throw in a joke, ask her a question, or just change the topic. Keep the conversation dynamic and you'll keep her engaged. A lot of times what you'll notice is girls will just ask boring questions and you can tell they're not even interested in continuing that conversation, but they're just making conversation, make conversation. You wanna make sure that you are the one steering the ship. Now, another huge factor that's absolutely changed the game since I first started in the early 2010s is social anxiety. And it has really spiked, especially after COVID. When the world went into lockdown, people became more isolated, and it had a huge effect on face-to-face interactions. And today I've noticed a big shift. Women, like a lot of people, are more socially anxious and more guarded than ever. And when you approach women today, a lot of them are feeling very anxious and awkward towards social interactions. And it's not that they're not interested, it's just after years of isolation, these interactions feel unfamiliar and a little uncomfortable after years of isolation. And just because you started the conversation doesn't mean you can just kick your feet up, relax, and call it a day, right? You still have to take that conversation somewhere. And a lot of times now, it's like, starting up a lawnmower. A lot of times women aren't just gonna give you something to work with right out of the gate. It's not just women, it's with people in general, right? A lot of times you'll go up and people will give you this look of like, why are you talking to me? kind of vibe. You've just got to convey clear intent so that they don't interpret it as you're trying to sell them something or get something from them. You have to come into that interaction with that kind of energy you want to receive. If you carry yourself with that fun, positive energy and you're coming at it from a place of curiosity where you just genuinely want to get to know people and you're not just trying to see like how you can get laid or how you can get the girl's number or how you can approach a guy and help him make you more money, right? Like, yeah, sure, that stuff is a desire and it's in the background, but the main focus has to be curiosity, right? And just getting to know the person, understanding who they are and why they do the things that they do. Now, another game changer in 2024 is social media and dating apps. Oh my God. Back in 2011, you could just go up and approach a girl and that was a big deal. She wasn't getting hit on by hundreds of other guys in her DMs on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, OnlyFans. The list goes on. Today, women are getting absolutely flooded by all this attention online, and that raises their expectations, right? It inflates their ego a bit. Not only are they comparing you to other guys in the room, they're comparing you to these professionally done photo shoots online with all this enhanced Photoshop and AI. It's getting out of hand. This means that you've got to stand out more than ever when you approach women in person. It's not about being flashy, it's about coming off as authentic and confident when you're in these interactions. Women can smell inauthenticity from a mile away, and it's a massive turnoff. And yes, you'll score massive points for approaching in person because it separates you from 99% of guys that don't have the balls to do that. But in 2024, that's just not enough. You also need to know how to follow up with the right text so that you don't get lost in the shuffle of the thousands of other guys that are hitting her up. I mean, think about it. Even if you made a killer impression, if your texts are boring or lack confidence or leadership and you're not really moving that conversation in any specific direction, she's just gonna get bored and start talking to some other guy. After a good in-person interaction, I like to send her a playful text that reminds her of the conversation that we had. Have a good session reading your book there.
Thank you so much. Have fun.
And I'll text you later, yeah.
It's all about keeping that vibe consistent, not trying to impress her by text, but actually leading that forward so that you can meet up with her in person and not getting lost in small talk. That way you can stay on her radar and not get lost in the flood of all these other guys in her DMs. So between the rise of distractions, dating apps, and social anxiety, dating in 2024 is a whole different world. Here's the good news, is that the fundamentals haven't changed. If you can grab her attention, make her feel comfortable, and present yourself confidently, you'll be way ahead of the game. Now remember, it's about adapting to the times. You don't need to change who you are, just change how you approach. So if you're finding it tough out there, don't get discouraged, just refine your game. And if you need help with that, click the link in my description below. We'll hop on a free call. We'll figure out what's holding you back, what results you're looking to get, and I'll give you a roadmap so that you can achieve that.